Search, rescue, and recovery efforts continue tonight in Baltimore after a cargo ship brought down the city's Francis Scott Key Bridge. The vessel's lights were seen flickering, then completely going out before the ship slammed into one of the bridge's supports. A mayday call minutes before impact helped officials warn motorists. At this hour, 6 construction workers remain unaccounted for. NBC Nightly News will have the very latest live from Baltimore coming up at 6:30. And right now, new at 6, the collision got us thinking about the stability and vulnerability of the many bridges here in Pittsburgh. Channel 11's Jatera McGee went to an expert to find out if something like this could happen here. She joins us live now in the studio. Jatera?
Well, Gordon, Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge is massive. It's 1.6 miles long, or 8,448 feet. We found the longest bridge in Allegheny County is the Neville Island Bridge at 4,594 feet long. It's just over half the size of the Francis Scott Key. The video is stunning. Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge hit by a cargo ship, all 1.6 miles, crashing down in seconds. The NTSB referenced Pittsburgh's bridge collapse in its first briefing this afternoon.
I will just point to our recent investigation of the Fern Hollow bridge collapse, which took almost 2 years to get information on inspections and what was and was not done after those inspections, and whether there were records or not records maintained.
With the Fern Hollow Bridge collapse still fresh in the minds of Pittsburghers, I asked Dr. Huda Gangarao, director of WVU's Constructed Facility Center, if this kind of collapse could happen here.
Some of the Pittsburgh bridges are like 100 years old, or plus. So they are vulnerable.
He says a barge could cause significant damage if it's moving fast enough. Dr. Gangarao says major bridge collapses are rare in the U.S., but aging infrastructure is concerning.
At the very minimum, I expect that there will be some type of congressional legislation.
Now, Gangarao says currently bumpers are not required to be installed around the legs of bridges. That's something he believes lawmakers will be taking a look at now. The cost of bridge construction would go way up, but it could minimize damage and prevent a full collapse in the future. Jatera McGee, Channel 11 News.